Councilman Simaluka is unable to be here this evening. Councilman Armando.
Here.
Councilwoman Sanchez.
Here.
Councilwoman Mays is unable to be here this evening, and Council President Garrett.
Here. Please rise for the salute to the flag and remain standing for a moment of silence in memory of Priscilla Chris Mangano, former Board of Education member, and all the innocent lives lost in the Middle East. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been sent to all council members and to all legal newspapers in accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meeting Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975.
The public is hereby advised that any statements made during a meeting of the Township Council of the Township of Sanderbrook may not be privileged or protected, and that persons or entities who take issue with such comments or are offended by saying may and have in the past or legal redress through the courts. Any member of the public who addresses the council speaks for themselves and not for the council.
Before we open the meeting to the public, Mayor, you have a presentation.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming. We have a very special event here tonight. We're going to be recognizing some young men who accomplished a great task of winning the district tournament, 14 and under class. And that's something that rarely, if ever, I was just talking to Keith, Coach Keith, and we think it maybe 2 or 3 times in the 70 years that Little League's been in existence. So it's something to be very proud of. I know your families, your mom and dad, grandparents, the town council and I, we're all very proud of you for what you have done. So, and you should be very proud of yourselves for that. Sports, I just wanted to quickly say, to me, it teaches a lot of life lessons, because when you play sports, especially a team sport, you learn about teamwork, which is very important in life. When you work somewhere, you get a job, when you grow up, okay, you're going to need to be able to play nice in the sandbox with other people, and because that's how you get things done. You become a manager or leader somewhere, you need to appreciate those people that work underneath you. And if you have a boss, you need to treat them the right way, and they need to treat you equally as well. It teaches you work ethic. Work ethic is very important in life. To me, I had a coach in high school. He always said, a football coach, you work all week, and then on Saturday when you play that game, you're going to the bank. You're making deposits all week, working hard, and then you're going to the bank and putting that in and working. All that hard work pays off. So, and again, in life it's the same thing, because you should never take things for granted. You should always try your best, 100%, and hope for the best. And you know what? There's nothing to be ashamed of if you lose. You're winners. You're champions. But that's where the sportsmanship comes in. And sometimes you have to learn how to win well, win good, and be good sports, and not taunt people. You don't want to do that. That always comes back to haunt you when you do that. But when you lose, you have to accept it. There's no sin in losing. It stinks. No one likes to lose. But the important thing is that you get back up. You get knocked down, you lose, you get back up and you try even harder. So that's all I have to say. But I want to invite up the coaches, John Wayne and Keith Berlilia. They want to say a few words. Just before they do a government thing, we have here proclamations, citations I should say, from the state senate and assembly members, Joe Langana as the senator, Lisa Swain, and Chris Tully are the assembly people, and they issued each one of you, each one of the players and the coaches, this citation. I'm going to read it. This is the Senate and General Assembly citation. Commendation and praise are extended to each player by the citizenry of the 38th New Jersey Legislative District through their elected representatives in honor of being named Little League Junior Division 2023 District 5 champions. Your commitment to athleticism and your teammates is admirable. So this is signed by Senator Lagana, Assemblywoman Lisa Swain, and Assemblyman Chris Tully. So each of you will get one of these. Coach.
Thank you, Mayor. Just want to start. Good evening, Mayor White, council members, Council President Garrett, Councilman Alcomando, Councilwoman Sanchez, Town Clerk Cortico. Thank you for having us here tonight. We appreciate your support as always. We are here to honor and celebrate a special group of kids, your 2023 Junior League District 5 champs. Thank you to the parents and families for your unending support over the years. You never question the practice time, location of the tournament, or the start time of the game. A special thank you to our dads, who are all coaches of these boys and this team. Thanks to Andy and Gary for always doing the book. Thanks to Joe, Tim, Mark, Pat, Matt, and Sal for always picking up a glove and lending a hand at practice and helping pick up balls. Big special thanks to the moms for always helping us set up a post-game meal, making reservations between tournament games, keeping those uniforms clean, and making sure they're always well taken care of. Thank you to the town of Saddlebrook for always cheering the boys on and showing up at the games near and far and for always supporting them. Thank you, fellas, for being the best kids that I will ever have the privilege of coaching. I'd like to introduce Coach Sean, who's the head coach of and prepared you all for this. Thanks, Sean, for your guidance, your knowledge of the game, and leading these kids to a time in their life they will never forget. Here's Sean.
These signs right here, Mayor just informed will be at all the entrance and exits of the signs of the town, Saddlebrook District 5 Little League 14-year-old champs, 2023. Thank you, Mayor. I just want to say a few words before I call the boys up. This was a long time coming. We fell short the last 2 years, but the boys set a goal of winning a district this year, and it was great to witness them accomplish this goal. I think we outscored our opponent in the district tournament 35-1 or something like that. They had a great 2-week period there. The boys started prepping for this in January, winter workouts, played a lot of baseball. We finished with 30 wins and only 14 losses over the spring and summer. We also won a Northern New Jersey Summer League championship, 1-0 over Oakland, on top of our district title. I have to thank all the coaches. Like Keith said, every dad had an input here. This wasn't just me and Keith, it was a village, like he mentioned, everybody. Whether it was, throwing BP, hitting infield, outfield, coaching a base, doing the book, whatever it was, everyone made it a priority for the boys to have the best season. I have to thank the families who really made the sacrifices, giving a lot of their own time for this team, spending a lot of weekends and nights at the baseball field. I know the boys probably won't say it, but they are thankful for their families' dedication. You can go to any sporting event in this town, and most of the people here, you'll see them supporting another town event, another sport, anything. That's what the type of family atmosphere we have. Lastly, I want to thank the boys. As a coaching staff, you make a plan, an idea for what you want to happen, what's going to take place, but it's the players that execute the plan. And these boys did this to perfection all season. These boys are excellent baseball players, but more importantly, they make a great team. I always tell the boys, teams win championships, not individuals. And this was an ultimate team atmosphere. The boys made great, they were great teammates. Whether somebody got a big hit or made a big play, usually their teammates were their first people that were excited, not the player that made that play. And that showed me a lot from their character. They're very coachable. They did anything we asked. going to Sunday nights for winter workouts, playing a different position, pitching when we need somebody to pitch. That's the type of players and people and young men they are. But more importantly, they're great young men, and it was an honor to coach them over the last many years. And now I'm going to call them up. Guys, they want you to come up behind. Mayor White's going to give our proclamation, and then stay up here after I call you up. Noah Ampudia. Nate Bennis. TJ Filan. Mark Franson.
Do me a favor, I want to get one good picture, okay? Turn this way, so. Thank you. Todd, he's getting nervous.
Logan O'Brien. Jake Saker. Colin Taylor.
The real 2 cents. There he is.
Christopher Vermillion. Anthony Way. Sal Zuccaro. Let's give one more round of applause for the 2023 District 5 winning champions.
Real quick, we had the kids sign a baseball for you guys. Maybe you guys are displayed here in Town Hall. It says District 5 Champ 2023, and signed by all the kids. So, put that to the
Thank you very much. This will be proudly displayed in a lot of room. We do have actually a glass display case, but we're looking for things, even bigger things, to put in there. So this is great. Thank you very much. I also just want to thank the coaches. I have proclamations from the state senate here for you. I just want to say also too that I want to thank all the coaches. I don't know if I said that before, but the assistant coaches, all the volunteers, and the parents. I know, believe me, I've been there. You put up with a lot. It's a lot of commitment on your part too, driving the kids all over the place, and I'm sure these, as good as they are, I'm sure that they practice a lot. So long hours and everything else. So we appreciate that. Thank you.
May I have a motion to open the meeting to the public?
Motion.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Anyone wishing to address the council, please step up to the mic, state your name and address.
Hi, Janine Rindale, 258 Madison Avenue. I was here last year complaining about the situation at my Franklin School with people making U-turns on the top of the hill on Lyons Avenue, parking in front of driveways. Last week, the crossing guard almost got hit by a car. People are flying past there. They're passing school buses. Nobody has done anything to stop this. A child is going to get hurt. Something needs to be done. There's clear violations. I've gone through the driver's manual. I have the violation numbers. People parking in front of people's driveways don't care if you tell them to move. They say, tough. Nothing has been done. Parking in front of the driveways and passing school buses. People crossing wherever they want. The crossing guard tells them, please don't cross in the middle of the streets. They ignore her. The cops ride up and down. They don't stop. They don't stop anybody. They stand on Caldwell Avenue in front of the school, but never come over onto the Lanza Avenue side. I don't want to see a child get hurt. Something needs to be done. Also, Mr. Mayor, thank you for getting back to me about the ambulance at the football games. I mean, at least if we could get, I mean, thank God there's no more home games, either a trainer or an EMT to volunteer their time. It's an hour for each game. I mean, I don't think it's too much to ask for our kids. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Jessica Donnell Crahin, 36 Netherwick Drive. I'm here tonight to talk about the current issue happening with the parking between Saddle River Road and Shield on Oxford. So it's an ongoing situation, but I just kind of feel like it's presenting a larger problem. There's been multiple vehicles being parked there. I don't know if it's regardless to the actual people living in the houses or maybe people parking there and going to the bus stop, because the bus stop is right there and they can park. But you have two cars parked directly across from each other. There are people trying to turn from Saddle River Road onto Oxford, and you have people that drive, listen, it's hard to stop every vehicle from speeding in town, it really is. People drive very fast down Oxford, and there's going to be a very bad accident. I'm not taking away from the other streets in town from Saddle River Road that have traffic issues. The reason I bring it to more of a concern is because during school times, because Smith is right there, it's very congested. And it causes a great deal of backup on Saddle River Road at those times. It causes a great deal of backup on Oxford. I mean, I see it right from my house at all times. I get stuck in it. I literally had almost an accident head-on several times. Even if you go on Google Maps, I have a picture of it with me tonight. The aerial view shows 3 cars parked from the stop sign to Shield. And I mean, first of all, you can't park a car right as close to a stop sign you can. But it is just getting very bad. And I noticed the other morning with the school bus, somebody wouldn't even let the school bus turn. It was unbelievable. The school bus was coming on to Oxford, and there was 2 minivans parked. Again, I don't know if it's the homeowners or people parking for whatever reason. The school bus tries to turn onto Oxford, somebody's coming down, and it's like they're playing chicken with each other. Then the horns beeping, and it's getting a little out of hand. And like I said, there's the other side street there, but my concern is we have Smith right there, and the traffic is just, it's becoming more and more every morning and afternoon. So I don't know what steps can be done to prevent it. I think that there should be no parking from Saddle River Road to Shield on both sides. I don't think there should be any parking allowed there. Some people were suggesting making that part of Oxford one way, because Cambridge is a one way the other way. I don't know what steps are needed to be taken, but I'd be more than happy to help in any way to start the situation if signatures are needed or anything like that. I'm your girl for that, so please let me know. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Good evening, John Wilbur, 20 Oxford Ave, Southbrook. So in regards to the comments just made, I became aware this last week. A neighbor alerted me to a posting, and he had made mention that the sign saying no parking from here to corner is actually missing. So I made a call to the DPW, and I don't know if you've noticed, but the sign is back.
Oh, I actually did not notice, so thank you.
I made that call last Wednesday, and by Thursday the sign is up. So that has alleviated the problem. I am familiar with, that being an issue, and really hadn't given much thought to it until I heard that there was this posting on some page and a neighbor made me aware of it. And I was like, wow, the sign is missing. So I don't know who removed it. The sign was there. I lived there since 1995, and the sign was present, and somehow it's gone, and I don't know how I missed that. It's not there. I walked past there millions of times going to the firehouse, that hoof it there. But I think that's helped, but I think it's a matter of people being vigilant now that the sign's back and people parking too close to make a call to the police. I strongly consider if there's other people that are saying there's an issue, strongly consider all the options, because when we talk about Shealy, my house is directly adjacent to Shealy, so that affects me with my parking potentially, and that would be a hardship for me. But I have not had an issue in all the years I've lived there. But I do recognize that there has been a problem with the way people park, but I think it was a result of that sign not being there. So I would say, monitor it, and I think again, it's, people being vigilant and reporting it to the police if there is an issue.
Through the chair, John, I just wanted to ask you, do you think, is there a problem with commuters parking there and then going, picking the bus and leaving the car there all day? Do you think that's a problem?
I believe that contributes to it. I don't believe that it's the neighbors.
Okay.
So.
Because I know on some of the other streets, we put no parking between certain times. This way, if they park there, they would get tickets like between, say, 10 a.m. and 11 a.m.
Yeah, I'm not
This way, it wouldn't
totally,
affect the residents, but
not totally
people
sure,
can't
but
leave it
I
there
do
all day.
suspect that some of them are commuters. But again, not having that sign there were people parking a lot closer, and sometimes you don't realize it when, you're, like I said, walking past. Usually when I'm going to work, it's very early and there's not a lot of traffic there, or it's before some of the cars are actually parked there.
So what adds to it is it's basically as soon as you make the turn from the South River Road, the road curves, it's curved.
It does curve.
So that makes it even worse.
So I think, again, just monitor, I would say, it's just monitor that if that sign actually is doing something, perhaps.
It's 50 feet from a stop sign.
Is it, there a sign on both sides?
There is on both sides, so when you make a turn off the side of the road, there is one heading, call it west, and then when you're heading towards Saddle Road from, like, say, Shealy, that's the sign that was missing.
Yeah,
On the right
I-
side, that sign was absolutely missing.
I only asked because I guess that there was two, like, an example, like, when I was the one who made the post. So, and when I made the post, it was because there was two minivans. One was actually a taxi minivan.
They
and I
moved,
think,
luckily.
yeah, they moved, I know, yeah, they moved. But it was two minivans directly adjacent, and that was when that was causing the issue. So I didn't know what, that's why somebody recommended coming to the.
Well, it'll be interesting because I had noticed that since the sign went up, it seems there's less cars parking there for some reason. So coincidentally or not, I don't know. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Motion to close the meeting to the public?
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, council comments, Mayor?
I just wanted, speaking to Mrs. Rengard, as regarding the Franklin School, we have been getting a lot of complaints there, and I will impress on the police that they have to be there.
There is a
especially
cop
at
that
Christmas.
stands over on the Caldwell Avenue side by the crossing guard. Maybe if the cop, instead of just riding up and down Lanza, actually got out and stood there and told people, please don't cross your kids here, cross by the crossing guard, do not park in front of somebody's driveway. Maybe that'll help.
And I agree with you, they don't listen to the crossing guards.
No, they don't.
They really don't, and it's a shame.
I mean, and she said to me, last week she almost got hit by a car. I mean, and they fly past. The one guy, I was standing there and he just flew past the school bus. The lights were on, the stop sign was out, flew by. I yelled, another grandfather yelled. And the guy just kept going, flew right down the street.
You're going to talk to Officer Zuccolo?
Yes.
Okay, we'll take care of it.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, thank you.
Okay, regarding my comments, this month I have a proclamation that I'm going to read. It's for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Whereas October is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month and National Mammography Day is always the third Friday in October. For women in the United States, breast cancer is the most common form of cancer except for skin cancers. Every woman should know the risk and what they can do to help lower them. A mammography can detect breast cancer up to 2 years before physical symptoms can be seen or felt. Death rates from breast cancer have been declining, and these changes are thought to be the result of treatment advances, early detection through screening, and increased awareness. So now therefore be it resolved that on this date, I, Robert D. White, the Mayor of the Township of Saddlebrook, do hereby proclaim the month of October as Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I encourage our residents to become educated and informed about programs and services that offer early detection, and to also celebrate the survivors and memorialize those who have lost their battle. Regarding programs, I just saw recently, within the last couple of days, that Newbridge Medical Center is offering no-cost mammographies to uninsured and underinsured patients. It didn't say how long. I would imagine it'd be the whole month, or at least a month from when they announced it. So that's something for residents who don't have insurance or are underinsured should take advantage of that. This month, October, is also Italian American Heritage Month. Unico had their annual street fair on Sunday, October 1st. They did another great job this year by Unico. It was well attended, and they had some nice weather. That weekend was miserable, but the weather always seems to break for them, which is good. It's a very, very nice event. And Unico, they do a lot of donations to the town, to scholarships and things like that, so we appreciate that. The general election is Tuesday, November 7th. The deadline to apply for mail-in ballots is Tuesday, October 31st. In-person early voting begins October 28th through November 5th, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., Sundays 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saddlebrook voting District 6, this is important, and you should receive a letter about this. District 6 polling place has been changed from the middle school, high school to the municipal complex. Leaf bags are now available at the municipal complex in the lobby of the administrative offices, and you get 10 per family. Paving of Strathmore Terrace, Van Loon Terrace, Kern Place, Hutter Street, and Avon Lane will be done by the end of November. That's right. And then
Probably sooner.
Okay, so sometime in November. Alberta Drive may be delayed. We check with Public Service because they may want to do some gas mains over there before we pave, rather than have it where we pave and then they come in and dig it up. So some events, past events. The Senior Center, we had breakfast bingo on Saturday, September 23rd. The next chicken bingo, usually they have chicken bingo 4 times a year. This time they tried to do a breakfast, pancake breakfast, which went very well. But the next chicken bingo is Sunday, November 5th, 12 noon to 3 at the Senior Citizen Center. And tickets are still available. Call Director Joe Lisi, 201-845-4594. We had the paper shredding event. It was held on Saturday, October 7th, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. right here at the municipal complex. Even though it rained very heavy at times, still had steady customers all day. I want to thank Joan Ramsey, our recycling coordinator, and Christine Generario for planning the event. Thomas, make sure that I mention this. Thomas Van Winkle, he couldn't be here tonight. The Mayor's Youth Group met this past Saturday, October 14th, here at the municipal complex at 10:30 in the morning. The Out of the Darkness Suicide Prevention Walk was Sunday, October 15th, this past Sunday at at 10 a.m. In town at the Saddle River County Park. Otto Paley section, a huge event, had over 1,000 participants, so it's another very worthy cause, and we get a lot of Saddle River people go to that walk. Upcoming events, we got this Saturday, we got Tommy Hayes from Drums from Heaven is doing a benefit. Sacred Heart School is doing a fire recovery for the victims of Maui, Hawaii. So that's what he's doing the fundraiser for. But it's this Saturday, October 21st, 5 to 10 p.m. at the VFW here in town. Boy Scout Troop 213 is doing a flag retirement ceremony on Tuesday night, October 24th, next Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. at the VFW. If you've never been to one, it's really quite moving ceremony. So they do a great job. That same night, Saddlebrook Senior Halloween Party is Tuesday, October 24th, at the VFW inside in the hall, 6 to 9 p.m. Saddlebrook Trunk or Treat is Saturday, October 28th from noon to 2 here in the Municipal Complex. We also have this month our Halloween decorating contest. The deadline to get in is Thursday, October 26th. The houses are judged by the members of the Mayor's Youth Group, and the top 3 get a gift card, a $25 gift card. Other items, this is very important. Kessler Rehab had an elevator entrapment, and the gentleman was injured, actually trapped. His arm and leg were stuck in the door, in between the first and second floor, and he was very badly injured. He did survive. He lost a lot of blood, and it was kind of a gruesome scene. But our first responders did an awesome job. As I said, the victim was seriously injured and hospitalized. The fire department was able to rescue the person. The ambulance corps administered first aid. I want to thank all the surrounding towns that assisted. It's a good time to mention that Fire Prevention Week was this past October 8th through the 14th. I encourage all of you at home, please support our volunteers from the Fire Department and Ambulance Corps. They were out asking, they send out letters asking for donations. They're completely volunteer, and I think we have our emergency services, fire and ambulance are second to none. They really are. Our fire department was out doing the calendar drive this weekend, past weekend as well. I forgot an event. On Friday, October 6th, the New Jersey Assembly Speaker Craig Coughlin and our District 38 legislators came to speak at the Senior Center about the Stay New Jersey program, which is a program that they're going to implement in the future. It's for property tax relief, as well as other programs for seniors. So that was a nice program. It was well attended, and they bought lunch, which was nice. The last thing I want to say is that this has been an ongoing for the last couple of months about CVS closing. CVS at the center stores. I personally spoke to the management of the center stores late last week, and I just want everybody to know that CVS chose to not to renew the lease. They chose to leave, and from what I understand, they closed about 900 stores nationwide. But there's a lot of rumors out there that the owner is going to demolish the whole center stores and put up residential homes or townhouses. That's not true. Also, various other businesses may be going in there, Dollar General, Walgreens, other places that residents are not in favor of. But right now, the space is vacant, and management is trying to lease it. There's a big sign out there, so they want to lease it, the space just the way it is. They don't want to break it up. So, you know, we want something nice in there as well. But I think residents have to understand that we're limited what we can do as far as what can go in there. I mean, as far as if they wanted to build townhouses, they'd have to go before the zoning board and redistrict the whole thing. So, But that's not happening. So I just want to alleviate some fear that that is not happening. Hopefully they'll get another Walgreens or another drugstore or something in there. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Councilman Akamoto?
I too would like to congratulate the kids from baseball, the coaches, families. I think Bob said it takes a village to do something that they did, and kudos to those parents and coaches for getting together and making sure those kids got the training that they needed. Trunk or Treat is Saturday the 28th from 12 to 2 here, 55 Mayhill. Unico, again, great job, like always, well attended. Food trucks were very good this year, and like the mayor said, the weather always seems to hold up for them. And I think if we're going to plan something in town, we should say it's a Unico event and lie to the weather guys once in a while. As far as the road cleanups, Fort Cleanup is doing the road, the curb cuts and all that. And I got to tell you, my road, fortunately, is one of the roads, and they're doing a fantastic job. They're catering to the residents as best as they can. They're cleaning up after themselves. They're not leaving no garbage around, and it's good to know that something we're paying for is going to, not like a good use, but it's being respected. They're not just coming here making money on us and leaving. They're actually treating the residents with some respect and having dignity while they're doing their job. So to those guys, it's a great job for doing what they're doing. And if I do a resolution now? You can. I have a resolution that I'd like to read. On October 8th, 2023, a terrorist attack occurred in the state of Israel, and this attack claimed the lives of 1,400 innocent people, from infants to grandparents, including Americans, who were targeted in a vicious way with no regard to human life. And these victims lost their lives, and their families, friends, are mourning their senseless deaths. There are 199 people being held hostage of all nationalities, including 30 Americans, under extreme conditions, and their families and friends have no knowledge if they are even still alive or injured, living minute by minute, hoping for any word. And the number of lives lost will continue to climb in the days to come, and days and weeks to come. Now therefore be resolved by the Mayor and Township Council that any loss of lives of innocent people is condemned and abhorred by all who value life and peace, and emphasizes that no one has the right to take another's life. And we join in prayer for all victims and their families, as well as peace throughout the world. Just with that being said, it's not one nationality against another. This is a terrorist group terrorizing two nationalities, two countries. And until people realize that it's not the Palestinians, it's not the Israelis, it's Hamas, a terrorist group that's terrorizing these two individual countries and causing the hate that's there. The problem I have with that is that over the past year, here in the United States, we've let people in here undocumented, not knowing where they're from, who they are, and they're not registered. On September 11th, 9 terrorists shut down the East Coast. There's no telling how many we have here now. I'm just saying, be vigilant, keep an eye out. If you see something, say something. We're in rough times right now. It's gonna, unfortunately, it's gonna hit home eventually. So just be vigilant. And like I said, if you see something, say something, and just pray. I just pray for everyone, not just one individual. And I just pray that we do take control of these terrorists, not just Hamas, ISIS, all of them. I think they all need to just be buried in the depths of hell, because they're just useless individuals. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you. Councilman Sanchez?
Thank you, Todd. I completely agree. And
my heart really does go out to their families. I, like the mayor, also acknowledge, breast cancer awareness. I would too. Just please, make sure you guys, ladies, get checked. Go to your appointments. Make sure you take care of your health. It's important. And then also, I know that they left, but I would like to acknowledge the Little League champions. The mayor, Todd, the coaches, they all said it very well. It takes teamwork, dedication, commitment, discipline, and sacrifice by both the players and the parents to get where they got to. So congratulations to them. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you very much. I too would like to congratulate the Saddlebrook District 5 champions, all the players, the coaches, the parents who sacrifice hours and hours at the field taking their kids to practices and sitting there, sometimes in very cold weather and very hot weather, and with all the elements and everything. And Saddlebrook is very proud of what you've accomplished. The flood committee met last month. Pete, myself, and we had a resident, Neil Fadul, who was here last month talking about a situation on Sheppis. There's flooding there that he's been working with and dealing with, I should say. We did televise the line. Unfortunately, there is no clog there. So with that being said, we're doing what we can to alleviate any issues that we can help with in Saddlebrook. I did receive your email, Bob, in regards to that televised line. We do meet every couple of months, the flood committee. We are in the process of making sure in the event we do get a situation, we are prepared to handle it. Unfortunately, we talk about dredging and things that unfortunately cost a tremendous amount of money that's beyond our reach. We're talking millions of dollars. So if it's not going to be a collaboration involving right up to the federal government to get something like that done, and it would obviously involve a lot of towns, just not Saddlebrook. Rochelle Park, Lodi, Garfield, going up north to those towns as well. So we're doing what we can to be prepared and be vigilant in the event we do have an event here in Saddlebrook. Okay, so I just want to let the residents know that. The only other thing I have, I just want to wish everybody a safe and happy Halloween. Okay, thank you.
Through the chair, just
Yes.
want to mention about the flooding. We do have the DPW, they're going out tomorrow, and they probably did it today too a little bit, but they're cleaning out all the catch basins, the leaves falling. Because that contributes a lot when those catch basins get clogged up on the outside.
Yeah.
You'll see that. And after the water, you'll see it, it comes from the street too.
Right.
But if they're already clogged,
Yeah.
so we have them go out all the time before heavy rain. So it's supposed to rain again tomorrow into Saturday.
Yeah. The issue that we're having on Sheppis is it's a low-lying area of Sheppis, and it's only when we get a tremendous amount of rain in a short period of time. And then usually 6 to 8 minutes after it stops raining, it subsides, it goes down. So I'm thinking that the pipes are too small for the volume of water that's coming. So it's an issue that we looked into. I was hoping that there would be a clog, clear out the clog and solve the problem. Unfortunately, that wasn't the issue. So, thank you, Mayor. All right.
All items listed with an asterisk are considered routine and non-controversial by the Township Council and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a council member or member so requested, in which case the item or items will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. The one motion signifies adoption of all resolutions, receive and file letters, correspondence reports, and approval of minutes and applications.
Just through the chair, I just have just a comment. We have businesses want to come to town. They come to the planning board, they come to the zoning, planning and zoning, they come to the town. We change ordinances, we change resolutions. This is just a message to anyone who wants to come to town. If you want to go to a town, I don't care if it's Saddlebrook, whatever town you want to go to, we're not here to dot your i's and cross your t's. Do your homework. I'm sick and tired every month we have to change an ordinance or change a resolution for the same individuals, and it just makes us look incompetent to the public. And I just want to say, it's not bad mouthing nobody, but if you're going to come to a town, like I said, it's your business. It's not our business. Do your homework. Don't make us do your homework for you. And that's all I have to say.
Motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilman Accomando?
Yes.
Councilwoman Sanchez?
Yes.
Council President Garrick.
Yes. Old business? Anyone, any old business? I'd just like to bring up, there was some discussion at the last meeting regarding electric scooters, electric bikes. We're talking about possibly looking into how to regulate that. It's been going on in a lot of the towns. I haven't seen it so much personally here in Saddlebrook, but when I go into Garfield and other towns, I see people driving these motorized scooters as if they're driving a motorcycle. There's no license plate, there's no headgear, nothing. And I'm sure it's happening here, it's just not isolated to certain areas, but it's something that we may have to look into. I don't know what other towns are doing about it before somebody gets hurt and something happens. I think we need to look at it and decide what we'd like to do here in Saddlebrook.
Also, through the chair, I think there's state statutes on the books, because I've seen in some towns summonses that have been issued to individuals operating even electric scooters. They were decided the same as if they were operating a motor vehicle.
Okay.
You know, they have to be registered, you have to be licensed, and careless driving. I believe also one of the council members was going to get us a copy of the ordinance from Hoboken.
Okay.
See if that was something that was appropriate for Saddlebrook. But we'll do a little more research on it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Just if I could piggyback off that, and I forgot to mention because I did want to mention it, because I saw the most horrific thing this weekend. It was a father with a child. The child could be no more than 3 years old. The child had a scooter helmet on, like it was on like wearing roller skates or something. And the father was on Paramus Road, going the wrong way, on an electric scooter, trying to get onto the parkway. I said, if that's not somebody who definitely shouldn't have had a kid, I don't know what is. But my other thing is, ever since this has been said to us, they're all over town. And maybe we could do something, if you can't say about scooters, but maybe you could put any electric vehicle that travels any more than 20 miles an hour or more, they need to have a helmet. Because it's just, and they're on the sidewalks, they're on the roadways going the wrong way or the right way. But I think you're right, Dave. It's going to be, it's an issue now, but it's going to be a bigger issue once I think the warmer months come.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Any new business? New business? Mayor, do you have anything?
I just have some old business. I just want to bring up that we're still working on a facilities use ordinance. Andy Gallo, Recreation Director, got some ordinances from other towns. So we're looking at that and getting some good ideas.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. Okay, any new business? New business? No? Okay, motion to open the meeting to the public for agenda items only?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to close.
Motion.
Second.
Yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, any final comments?
I just want to say I agree with Todd about when you're talking about Hamas, and I hate when that happens, because you know what happens here in the United States too. And we have radical groups.
Yeah.
And you hate to see that the whole country be labeled or be represented by this, the sins of a few. There are evil people in this world, and so I think the Palestinians, it's not them. Some of their people and others, not only them. I'm sure Iran is involved and some other countries. Members of those radical members of those countries as well. So, but you don't want to condemn a whole group of people for that. And I think they have a point, because you can't just feel sorry for the Jewish Israel, the Jewish people. It's
A lot of innocent people.
right. There's a lot of innocent people on both sides.
And I don't want to seem like a conspiracy theorist, but listen, the writing's on the wall. We just got to make sure we're mindful and just keep an open eye.
I think we are much more prepared than we were before 9/11. I do think with the terrorist task force, they're certainly more on top of it than they used to be. So, I mean, that's a little comforting, but you know how it is. If somebody really wants to do something, if they plan, and they can do it. And when they hate like they do, that's their. Look, they have people that are kamikazes, right? I mean, they'll end their own life just to accomplish something that the whole group wants. I mean, that in itself is insane.
Any other comments? Motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good evening, everyone. Thank you.